Hello everybody. In this video I'm going to be going over how to make a pendulum and what we're actually measuring with this pendulum. So the first part of making a pendulum is making a support like what I have here. Now I use two chairs and they're just on top of a table right now so that I can make this video for you guys, but you can do it with the chairs on the floor. And our two chairs are connected by this stick that I have running between them. Now this stick I'm using is a meter stick, but you can use whatever you have laying around the house. You can use a broomstick, or you can use a stick that you found outside broken off of a tree. You just need some sort of stick to span the distance between the chairs. Now I fasten the stick to the chairs using these two C-clamps. You guys can use tape or you guys can use more string to tie it down. However you do, you just need to make sure that it's not shifting too much as the pendulum goes throughout its motion. So once you have your support set up, meaning the stick is supported by some chair or table, you're going to make the actual pendulum. And my pendulum here is made up of a rock that I just found outside and a string that I tied around the rock and I tied to the stick. So a very simple device. Now the key here to making a good pendulum is finding a nice heavy object. So I'm using a rock. You can use something like an apple or you can use a filled water bottle. It's really up to you how you want to do this. But a rock is something I think most people have access to. And the string you want to be sort of lightweight, yet still kind of strong enough to hold whatever we're supporting. I'm using fishing line here, but you guys can use whatever type of string or wire you have laying around the house. So once you have your string attached to your mass, your object, and you have that supported, we have our pendulum. Now the actual measurements we're going to be making are the measurements of it as it goes throughout its oscillation. So one oscillation would be if we let go of the rock and we let it come back. So an oscillation is from when it leaves my hand till it gets back. So if I were to take a measurement, I take my stopwatch right here and I move my pendulum over to the far right hand side and I'm just going to let it go and I time as it takes to do that. So that was about 1.5 seconds for one oscillation. If I wanted to measure multiple oscillations, I would just let it go back and forth multiple times. So I would just like 1 oscillation, 2 oscillation, 3 oscillations. So 3 oscillations took about 5.37 seconds. And that's the actual measurements you're going to be doing with your pendulum. If you guys have any trouble making this, if you guys have any comments or concerns, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching and good luck with your experiment.